Welcome to another episode of Dorkside Kitchen. There are a lot of pumpkin spice recipes and desserts available right now. But sometimes we really want to have pumpkin, but we don't want to have the sweet to go with it. And in this episode, I am going to make what's called a Savory Pumpkin Pasty. And it's something I think Harry Potter would absolutely enjoy. So if you're a Harry Potter fan, this one is for you. This is one of two that actually won in our taste testing video. In this particular recipe, I decided to decrease the amount of heat that people were talking about during the video. So it's not as hot as they were all saying prior to. And people who didn't like it as much actually ended up loving it the second time around. All right, so here we go. So I'm going to start with the herbs. First, I have 1/4 teaspoon celery salt, 1/4 teaspoon red pepper flake, which is where the spice, of course, comes from, 1 pinch nutmeg, 1 pinch cumin, 1/8 teaspoon oregano, and 1/8 teaspoon of black pepper. I prefer ground fresh black pepper. I also add 1 dash of salt, and then I grind these spices together basically to make them become more alive and vibrant. I took 1/4 cup of spinach and I chopped it all up, and with a little magic of the camera, that's what you're seeing right here. Then I took it all to the stove and I sauteed it with 1 tablespoon of olive oil. And I waited until the spinach was pretty dark green. All right, so now I'm going to weigh out 7.5 ounces of pumpkin puree, and I'm going to put that into my bowl. Then I'm going to shred about 1/4 of a cup of cheddar cheese. At this point, I have my cheddar cheese, I have my sauteed spinach, I have all my ground spices, and I have my pumpkin in a bowl. So now I'm just going to combine them all and mix them quite well. Finally, I'm going to mix in 1/2 teaspoon of garlic puree. That gives it kind of like a meatier taste to it. I'm going to set this now aside, this lovely mixture. It's very, very pretty, and you can't imagine how it smells because, oh my God, it smells so good. But I'm going to put it aside to start the next step. Now the next step is to roll out the pre-made pastry dough that you can buy in a store, or you can just make your own. Now I'm going to use this nifty little dough press to cut out 4-inch diameter circles out of my pre-made pastry dough. At this point, it's time that I fill the pastry dough up. What I did is I took a circle, placed it onto the dough crimper side. I dabbed all the edges with a little bit of water, room temperature water. Then I placed 1/2 tablespoon of the mixture into the center of the circle, and then I crimped it together. And I did this for several of these, as you can see. Now, there are 2 more very important ingredients for this recipe. The first is an egg yolk, and the second is a 1/4 teaspoon white milk. I placed both of these into a bowl and I whisked them together because they will be the egg wash for my pumpkin pasty. At this point, I placed all the pasties onto a baking sheet and I cut slits into each of the tops which allows the pasty to kind of breathe. Then I took a brush and I brushed on the egg wash onto each of the pasties. That's what all that yellow stuff is. And now comes the great part. I baked these at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 12 minutes. Really, I was looking for a golden brown on the tops. OMG. Look how beautiful these things are. Okay, I can't help it. I have to try one of these. Oh my God. These are so good. It's creamy, has lots of flavors in it. It kind of reminds me of an Italian dish, only because I think of that oregano's in there. It has lots of cheese. Oh gosh, this is so delicious. Okay, so that was how to make a spinach and pumpkin pasty. I do hope that you enjoyed this video, and until next time, eat delicious.